Good morning, everybody, to another extremely windy day. Yeah, extremely windy day. Well, I'm trying to get my day going here. I've been running up and down around with the guys already, and so things have been going on already before this video is even being shot. But it's time now to show you guys what is happening. One of the things that's happening here is up here on this boat rehab project is that they poured concrete beams in here yesterday. So it's got a center beam all the way down through it now. Back here in the back, got cross beams. Got four cross beams in it. So now it's solid up in here now, isn't it? Well, it feels good. Yeah, this will give us a really good structure to go off of. And there's a 2-inch tube buried down through the middle, or maybe it's 1.5 inches. No, it's a 2. And that way we'll be able to run piping back to that where the water is going to pump out the back of the boat. So now Mock's waiting to know what I want him to do next here. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably do a little plastering on the inside of this. So that's just fiberglass right there. Well, some little remnants of wood still stuck to it right there. What we'll probably do is come along. Might go right here. Right along right here to that one. And you might have to get this out of your way.
Remove.
Yeah, that's just junk. Just remove that. And right between these others, and plaster that with concrete. Yeah, so what we want to do is make a ledge for the floor. So we want that one wide, okay, so we can put the flooring down against it. Yeah.
How thick, sir? Like this?
No, we're gonna make it thicker than that, because it's got to be enough that we can put a floor down on it.
2 inches?
Yeah, maybe 2 inches. Yeah.
All, sir, all?
I think so. I think that's what we need to do. And that up there,
Remove, sir.
you can remove that double layer. Man, they made this like thin fiberglass over plywood, and then they put thin fiberglass again on the inside of the plywood, encapsulating that on both sides. But then that cheap plywood just rotted away and termites got in it from in between. We found a huge termite nest in this boat one time. So yeah, rip away that double layer there too. Just get rid of that junk here, and you can probably take that.
How about this one, sir?
I think it needs to come off. It's just super thin. Touch that with your toe again. Watch it on video, man. See, just like paper, man. They did. Look at that. Just rip it. It's just like paper they did, man. It was horrible, Bill. Horrible. So yeah, just rip that stuff out. Get that stuff there ripped out down low, and we'll need to probably put a little. We're gonna need to put a band of steel around right there also. Yeah.
I drill.
Boy, it's such a beautiful day, and the air has been so nice. Look out here. Man, that breeze is blowing right in this window in front of me coming through my office here. It feels so good. And I'll tell you what else feels good is that earlier I was down in the garage, and I have a clothes rod hanging on one side of the garage, and I had a pair of jeans there that I had bought new and never got to wear them because I started putting on weight and my sizes went up, and these pants were already several sizes down from what I could, wear. So I was looking at them. I said, what size are those? I said, I don't know if I've got down that small yet or not, but they're a new pair of jeans and a pair of Levi's, and I can always use a new pair of jeans, So I brought them up here, and I was telling Melinda I'm just going to try them. I stepped over here in the office, slipped them on, and actually they're even kind of baggy. Yeah, they're even actually all kind of loose and baggy on me, man. And that's hilarious. I'm just shocked out of how much that I've lost. It's like Melinda's done lost half her husband. Well, aside of all of that, let's go down here and see what's happening down below. Starting right here, this little table, I had Joel to sand off the top and refinish it right there. Man, it looks beautiful. It's got it all spruced back up and looking fresh. And let's head down around the front of the house before we go out back. Or maybe we will go down back. Melinda got this here recently. Isn't that just beautiful, man? That is pretty. I really like that little plant. I've been enjoying seeing that every day. Head down here, I'll show you what else is going on. You got baby chicks. You got baby chicks. So what else is going on? Well, I've got a little sprinkler going out here. I shipped these from US Low cheap plastic sprinklers. Then you stab in the yard. I shipped those from the US before. Just had some laying around the farm. Throw them in a ballot buying box. And step back here so I don't get wet feet. And I've never used them, but we're in this time of year right now, or actually every few years, it's a El Nino, and it's dry. We have not had much rain in months. We've had little showers here and there, but no real rain to speak of. And dry season hadn't even hit here yet. The ground, even the yard here, was cracking open, and the grass was starting to look brown and blotchy, as you can see right here. And we just didn't want to start wasting a lot of water on the well. When you're near the shore, you only have so much of a freshwater table, and if you pull it too much, you'll pull in salt into your well. So we didn't want to do that. So we need to be very careful with our water. But we're at the point now that we really need to water everything. Melinda goes around with a water hose each day spraying her plants. But we need to water the whole lawn, and it needs to be distributed evenly. So I'm gonna get out one of these little sprinklers, and I'll show you where I'm getting the water. The water is coming out of the cistern right here. So standing all underneath right here is a big underground tank that many of you saw me put in when we were building the house. And it's pretty deep, and it's broad, goes back underneath out here even to the sides. Big old tank, man. And I was planning on putting a pressure pump right here. You see these pipes coming out? Well, these are the big pipes. Those come from gutters off the house at different locations. There's more, like right there. There's another inlet over here also, and here, and this one comes down from down there. Anyway, water's gathered all from the gutters up above, and drains down on the verandas all around. There's drainage all in them too, with scuppers, and it all collects down into this tank. And my plan was I was going to put a pad right here, and that orange tube is if I drop the electrical for a submersible pump. And one of the white tubes is actually meant to connect to this air conditioner overflow right here. It comes out because there is a lot of water comes from an air conditioner when it's running. So once more guests are in here, that's going to have a wet spot near your foundation that you don't want, because that draws termites. So we need to get that pipe connected to one of these white tubes, and that'll actually put water in the tank also, not just rain, but you'll be able to save up your condensation or evaporation, or every which one you want to call it, your condensation. So you'll be able to save up your condensation off your air conditioner and store it in the tank, and use it wisely instead of it just soaking in right next to the slab. Sorry for the wind, it's really windy. And then the other one, I can have a little foot down there, and just one of the little smallest pumps they offer. Just a small little pump, a small little pressure tank sitting right here on a pad, and have that thing to where I can easily hook up things like sprinklers and all in the yard. And then down here there's a couple tubes that pass through under and come out here in the yard that was pre-planned for, and that way I would have a place to run things like a water line out there with a spigot coming off of this and some pressure, or if I just wanted to put in a little bit of sprinkler system here or something. So I left me some pathways for everything. And there'll be some of those little things we want to finish up. But this is rainwater, and I'm watering the yard off of it right now. It's nice clear water. Got a little debris that's blown in with the tank lid off, but I need to get it where I don't have to remove the lids to access it. All in due time, we'll get there. Oops. But I need it where I don't have to remove this super heavy lid to access it. I wanted those lids really heavy like they are, so that children never messed around and opened or got in there or anything. So I might do a little shopping here soon and see if I can buy a little small tank, put a little concrete pad right here, and go ahead and set that up. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and ask Joel if he can find some pipe and get this overflow on this air conditioner piped in right here also, and we can make use of that water. So that's what's happening, is I'm using rainwater to water the lawn, and it'd be nice and fresh and good for the lawn. Then the next thing happening is this is the lid to my well. It's a heavy concrete lid. Man, it's unbelievable how heavy that thing is right there. It's really thick, and if you need to get in there and just pour a little bit of like Clorox or put tablets or anything in the well to like disinfect it, it's so hard to get it open. If you need to disinfect it or do a repair, it's so hard to get it open, and I'm just tired of fighting that thing all the time. So I had Joel to take some scrap marine plywood that we had left from the cabinet projects in these 2 rooms in here, and cut me a circle out and make me a lid out of 3/4 inch plywood. So here it is, and he'll be putting more coats on it, but we made this lid, and I'm not done with it yet. We're going to do more modifications to it, because probably what I'm going to do is we're going to cut it across here, and we're going to take just a slice of it, about that, say maybe like that much right there, and we're going to anchor that part down, fasten it down, put a nice seal underneath it so bugs can't crawl under, spiders, geckos and all. And then I have some stainless steel, and I have some aluminum both, piano hinge I could put across right there. And then I have a stainless steel hasp that I can put over here on the side and the lock. Then I can just hinge it up, and I have some foam gasket material I can put around the bottom of the lid on the part that hinges, and that way I can just swing it up, inspect, do any work in there, and you still be able, if you need somebody to go in and service something down in there, they can. So that's the plans on that, and I'm just going to remove this big old hunk of junk, man. It looks like it ought to be like sealing over the door of a cave to a tomb or something like that. Be using a biblical story. Yeah. So nevertheless, that's what's happening right there. Just some little improvements, and I think that lid's going to look nice when it's said and done. He'll get a few more coats of finish as that dries. But I told him before he finishes it anymore, he didn't realize I wanted to split that, and we may go ahead and anchor down that one part, and then let him retouch all of it. So he's going to let this dry, and then we'll probably do our modifications. So up inside here, now they got all these beams in here. Now we're going around the perimeter and plastering in. And so he's got rebar into these beams and coming around. And then we took some of that, what they call, what do y'all call that again? That, matting, steel matting. Like that gate's made out of right over there. See if I can zoom in. Like that gate's made out of. We had scraps of that. And he tied strips of it to that rebar all the way around in here for more strength and more for this rendering, like plastering they're doing around the side. And he's making a thick ledge all the way around in here that a floor can sit down on, making it even to these. We're doing it all the way around. Miller and Mark Tubong, Mok, aka the Makazoid. Have y'all ever seen a concrete ship? A ship made out of concrete?
Sir,
Huh? Yeah?
MTC.
Huh?
MTC.
Oh, you mean the training one up on the shore? I'm talking about out on the water, floating. Huh? Do you believe me? You don't know?
Yes.
Well, it's real. So during, I can't remember, maybe it's World War II, maybe World War I also, they ran low of materials to build steel ships. And so they built concrete ships. There's still concrete ships and concrete sailboats to this day. Believe it or not. Yeah, it is true. There is concrete ships and there is concrete sailboats. There's some companies that still build them. Well, it's just about the end of the work day here, and let's go around and see what's going on. So I had them to stop and take some big stone and make Melinda another decorative ring around a tree over here. And I think I need to turn off my sprinkler also. Well, I can see even just having that sprinkler going out here for today has already brought back some green color in the grass. So Joel's been putting the top on this other table. We never finished that here a while back. We did the one, but now he's got the top here going on the other one. It looks really good. Oh, you got a helper?
Yeah, he's helping me.
Yeah. He chased down a runaway chicken earlier.
Yeah, I think
the Manuk cowboy.
the one that got all my plants there. The one that
Yeah.
ran away chicken.
He is a Manuk cowboy. So, show you over here, they were kind of taking some big stone. Hold on just a second, bro. See, these stones are dirty. They'll get a good bath and get all the soil off of them, and they'll be all bright and clean again. But Melinda likes making these little flower beds around these trees, and being that we had some topsoil hauled in, I told the guys to fill them up full of topsoil. But once she learned I was having it done, she wanted to get down here and be the boss of it. Don't blame her. She enjoys that stuff. So they got a bunch of stuff stacked on this other one over here, but she likes to do this around all of the trees. Let's go up here and see how this turned out today. Oh man, that looks great, boy. Yeah, that'll make a nice ledge all the way around. And we left 2 tubes that are going out the side that the water pump will be attached to. all the way around the front in here. It's all got a concrete all the way around in it now. I bet they won't be picking this sucker up off here now. Before we would lift up on it and shim it and things by hand, but you ain't gonna do that no more. That's the whole point though. We want it heavy and solid. Just really good and strong. All the bottom down there, that's all fiberglass, so nothing to rot there. And this little old wood that's even in right here, it can all just be removed down to the fiberglass shell in there. It's what I already done in the back in a bunch of places, but we'll end up redoing all of that too and closing it in nice and pretty. Got a pretty neat idea coming off for this boat, and I'll just kind of share it to you as it comes along. But we're all excited, Mel and I both, to make it happen here. I think you're gonna like it once you see what transpires with it.
Here we go. Please meet my stray cat. What's your name? Huh? So it's a tomcat, and there's no name, but I always calling him Ming Ming. Ming Ming, typical kuring, Ming Ming. So if he's hungry, he always meow meow. See, he's tongue licking. So I feed him this liver. So I cook adobo liver today, and I think he's not hungry yet, and he's just only there on his food, right? I like talking to him. He always rears back. He like to talk back with you, and he always hang out here, keeping me company. I like it. Good job. Goodbye. Yeah, he's a male. So it's evening, towards evening, and always love to come out here, go to the beach, and waiting for the sunset. So every morning, if I woke up so early, so like you always see in a video, I always like to go here on the beach. And what I'm doing is I was gathering some, not really a big stone, but a pretty good size. And this is what I'm doing. Actually, James started this one, and I also follow up this or continue. So this is all those stones that we gathered every morning, and we stuck that one here. And of course, like if like if there's any big waves coming, at least it's gonna help a little bit for the erosion of the sand in our cottage. So it is James stuck that one there, and this is all my stock here. So not every day, but if I woke up so early, that's what I'm doing here. So, and it also gives a little bit something nice picture on this cottage. And there's something also that I want to share with you. So like, of course, James have a boat ramp over there, and the sand was stuck it here. And the thing also, this one, why I like this one is because all the sand was so really refined, and I really like to put my feet there and just play on that sand. And that is the one that I really love it. So every time I come over here, I just only like to barefoot, and I just like to doing like this. It's really relief though. It's really massage your feet, and I really love it. Oh, I like it very much. And our light over there, it's 24 hours. I think James mostly he forgot to unplug the switch, so it is just keep going on all day, all night. Which is only we use solar, so it's not gonna hurt with the electricity.